friends, it's Miss A. What's up? It's Wednesday, which means it's time for another family night craft, and this week we are making two types of paper flowers. So make sure you get your Go Pack from the Northeast Branch Library if you haven't already. And so in your Go Pack will be everything you need except for something to use to trace your hands and a pair of scissors. So let's go over what you'll need for this activity. And like I said, these things should all be in your bag. So you will need a green piece of paper for your leaves. You will need a green paper straw. You will need colored paper for your flower. You will also need something to trace your hand with. You will also need some pipe cleaners. You'll need a pair of scissors, and so let's get started. So first up, I am going to make our Handprint Lily because I think that's the easier one. Now this one is great for the little kids. You can help them trace their hand and then have them try to cut it up themselves, and then from there it's super easy to assemble. So let's do it. Okay, so first up, let's make our Handprint Lily. So the things you'll need for this are any colored piece of paper. I'm using purple just like I am for the lavender, just to make it easy. You'll also need an orange pipe cleaner, a green pipe cleaner, a pair of scissors, something to trace with, and I also like to use some tape if I have it. Tape, glue, something to secure the bottom, just to make it nice and stable. So the first thing we're going to do is trace our own hand or our child's hand. So the hand goes down, cap goes off the marker, or just get ready any writing implement you're using, and we're gonna trace the hand. So one hand equals one Handprint Lily. So marker might not have been the best choice because I'm realizing I'm going to get marker all over my fingers, but that's okay. You'll just definitely be able to tell I traced my whole hand. Look at that. That's great. Yeah, so I recommend maybe using pencil. But either way, we've gotten the hand just like we wanted. I'm going to give it a nice sort of curved bottom, and then we're going to cut it out. And parents, like I always recommend in these videos, maybe let your kid cut it out themselves. It's good practice. Okay, so I have my hand cut out. The next step we have is to curl the fingers away. So right now it's obviously a hand. We don't just want a hand on a stick, we want a Handprint Lily, okay? So take something curved. So I'm going to use my straw that I'm using for the lavender craft. So I'm going to roll, then pinch, and then take it out, and then just sort of froof it out so it looks how I want. So I'm going to repeat that for all the fingers. Okay, so I've curled out all my petals and froofed out. It looks a little creepy right now, like a scary hand. But as you can see, when you curl it in like this, it's a lot less scary looking. So that's what you're going to do is you want to roll this into basically a tight cone. You're going to want enough space that you can fit one of these pipe cleaners through, but that's it. So tight at the bottom and then like a cone somewhere open here. So I'm going to roll this as best as I can. You want to make it a shape that you like the look of. I think this needs to be a little tighter at the bottom. Okay, I'm okay with that. So I'll take a little piece of Scotch tape. You can use glue if you don't want to be able to see it. And I'm just going to tape this shut. Lovely. So now it's time to work with these pipe cleaners. Let's get this tape out of here. So my first step here is I am going to cut both of these in half. Take your scissors. You can either fold in half to get the halfway point or sort of guesstimate. Confident cuts here. Using the inside of the scissors will make sure that you don't damage them. So I'm going to put two of these aside. You can use them to make another handprint lily, but now we're just gonna use this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to take my orange pipe cleaner and fold it in half, like so. Then I'm going to take the green one and just put a little bend in the top like this. And so that will fit right in the middle of this U here and fold down. I'll start by twisting this little green edge around there. And then I'm going to twist this around itself. And I'll fold it down again. Okay, so once you have this look like that, you will take your purple cone and slide it in green first. The orange will be too big for the center. So you can do it one of two ways. You could either pull it all the way to the bottom so you can just see in there and then have the green stem and have this as your flower, or you can poke it farther up like this, and then you might just want to add some tape there. If you want to do it this way, you could actually leave your green stem full. You could also take another green pipe cleaner and sort of wind it around to make it stronger. It's up to you. So there's our cute handprint lily. Next up, we're going to do something a little more challenging. It's similar to a flower we've made another year in family night, and this is going to be a 3D paper lavender. So for this one, you'll need your paper straw and a little bit of green paper as well as a purple paper, plus your scissors. So this is slightly harder, but I think all of y'all older kids and adults should be able to do it. Okay, so the paper lavender, I got the idea from the Crafts by Ria website. I'll link her blog in the description below. So you'll start with your purple piece of paper. We'll start by folding it hamburger style in half like this. Oh wait, this is hot dog style. And then we'll fold it in half again, like so. Okay, so now you want your scissors because we're going to start cutting. All right, so now it's time to cut little slits in this. So you wanna hold it like a boat. That sounds weird, but let me explain. Before you start cutting, you wanna make sure you're cutting with the folded edge towards you. We're going to cut through that folded part and stop maybe an inch away. So we're going 2/3 towards the open part, but we're not going there. So think of it when you're holding it, it's a boat. There's the bottom facing towards you, you're sort of the ocean, and then the open top is towards the sky, like a canoe. So it's almost like we're cutting slits through the bottom of our canoe here. And it doesn't matter how far apart it is. I'm going to try to space them pretty close together, but the important thing is that we're not going all the way to the top. We're not just cutting pieces off. We are cutting these slits. And do it down the whole length of the paper. So now we're going to open this up and we are going to glue on these spots where there's no slits. We're gonna put glue between them. So I forgot to mention you need glue for this. But if you don't have glue at home, let us know at the library. We're happy to provide you with a glue stick. If all you have is tape, you could also tape these shut, but I'm just going to put some glue here, a little sandwich between our layers of lavender. So now we're going to take our stem. So you can use one straw, or you can tape 2 straws together. I'm going to tape 2 together here just because you can get more of this on there if we do it. So I'm just going to take a piece of Scotch tape, line these up as best as I can get them, and tape them together. Looks pretty good. Alright, so I have one stem here. I might add a little more tape to make it more secure. Okay, so I have my stem, I have my flower. So what we're going to do is start at the top. We'll be adding glue and then twisting, and we're going to twist all the way down so we keep getting the flower added on here. So let me zoom this out and just watch and see how I do this. I'm going to add a little glue, twist, and then repeat until I've repeated down as far as I want the flower to go. I might not use all the purple here. Okay, so I have all of the flower on there. Now I'm going to end up putting leaves on top of this, so I'm actually going to secure it with a little bit of tape at the bottom since it won't show, and I think it'll hold a lot better. Stick this tape on here. There's never any shame in using tape. Okay, so now you want to sort of fluff up, zhuzh up these lavender flowers. So you could just sort of poke them so they make more of a loop instead of just a fold. You could also wait until the end to do this step. Just sort of shape them however you want. So my flower is basically done. I'm going to make some leaves to add. It'll make this look a lot more like lavender and less like a little baton. So I like to take a green sheet of paper and I'm going to fold it accordion style. So however wide this is how wide your leaves are going to be, because you need to make sure when you cut this shape that at the bottom, some parts are connected for all of them. So I'm just gonna cut a sort of pointy shape. You can cut whatever shape you want. I'm not trying to be particularly authentic to the lavender plant. So I did one side and now I'm doing the other. And like I said, I'm always making sure that at the bottom, everything is still connected. I'm gonna make it a little bit less connected at the base. So take this down a little bit longer. Really thin this out here a bit. All right, so that's going to be my leaf shape. Let's open this up and you can see I have a whole lot of leaves. So this makes it easy because just like we did those petals, we can put glue on here and curl it around our stem to place the leaves on. Of course, you're also free to cut out individual leaves and glue them on. I just feel like this is the easier option. So I'm basically just going to repeat a similar process to the lavender flower. Glue wrap, glue wrap. And you can place this wherever you want for your flower. Is just moving things around so that they look a little bit more like you want them to. I'm not totally pleased with how the leaves look, but I still think it looks cute. So here